Instead of Duale coming up with legislation to curb rampant deaths in the Gulf, mutaambia huyo kijana, workers are coming. Workers, you are coming. Workers, you are coming.
The threats by COTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli on the proposed amendments of labour laws by Parliament. Atwoli claiming that the laws, if passed as recommended by the executive, would be infringing on workers' rights as enshrined in Article 41 of the Kenyan Constitution.
Kama iko strikes nyingi, it is up to the government to build up its capacitance to face the unions and employers, not to come up with punitive legislations.
In the laws, through an omnibus statute laws miscellaneous amendment bill, the executive proposes that workers intending to go on strike will have to give a 21-day notice, up from the current 7. The changes also seek to entrench the alternative disputes resolutions practice in labour relations. The government says is meant to contain disagreements before they reach the courts and lead to paralysis. The amendments also propose to workers in essential services like healthcare, water and sanitation, telecommunication, air, marine and port navigation, fire services, fuel distribution and power and lighting services to continue working even when on strike or go slow. This with the aim of preserving life and health of people and property. The amendments also give the CS Labour power to declare any other services as essential if industrial actions take too long and endanger life. Also raising opposition with both workers and employers is the proposal to raise the Labour Ministry representation at the National Social Security Fund (NSSF) to give the government more say in the fund.
All these amendments shall be rejected by workers, and if they have to be done, it must go through the process of public participation.
The intended exclusion of social partners from tripartite labour sector boards is ill-advised in the view of employers, and we do not support it.
But the government insists its intention with the amendments is to protect life and the economy that have in the past bore the brunt of industrial action.
As much as the right to industrial action is a provision of the Constitution, the same should be utilized responsibly with the interests of fellow Kenyans at heart.
In a rejoinder, though, National Assembly Majority Leader Aden Duale, who has taken most of the heat of the amendments, says he is only a messenger of the executive. Duale adding that the trade unionists will be invited at the committee stages to defend and pontificate their position. The Garissa Town MP, however, questions why COTU and FKE should continue sitting on the NSSF and NHIF boards despite the audit queries engulfing the two funds where they are expected to offer oversight.
I hereby at this stage declare.
Meanwhile, the government has announced a 5% increase on minimum wage for Kenyan workers. The increment will apply to workers who earn between 6,415 shillings and 29,169 shillings in various sectors, according to the 2017 Regulation of Wages Order. This essentially means no one in Kenya should earn less than 6,415 shillings, which is the minimum wage for unskilled employees.
The 5% increment is not for the common mwananchi suffering downtown.
Nilikuwa natarajia kitu kama 20%, lakini vile imekuja tutaikubali tu.
And so it will be interesting to see how employers through their various lobby groups will be reacting to this pronouncement of a 5% increase on the minimum wage, given their recent warning that such a move would affect the operations and consequently lead to possible job cuts. Patrick Igunza, Citizen TV, Nairobi.